Hello everyone, so today I'm gonna solve this problem called find the minimum and maximum number of nodes between the critical points. So critical points in a linked list according to this question is something like any node whose value is greater than the left side and right side or is smaller than the left side and right side. So in this node you can see 1. Okay, look at this node 1. This guy is a critical point because it is smaller than left side 3 and it is smaller than right side which is 2. So this is a critical point. Now go ahead, this guy is not a critical point because it is smaller than right side and greater than 1, so it's not a critical point. But see 5, this node is basically a critical point because it's greater than from left and right side. Okay, so let's explain the approach for the solving the question. Basically what we have to find is we have to find the maximum distance and the minimum possible distance between any two critical point in the linked list. So let me explain with a diagram in a better way. So you can see this is one example. I'm not taking the example given in the question, but I'm taking a better example which will cover the other scenarios. So see here, we are starting from this node, okay, because extreme nodes can never be the critical points, so there is no possibility. So we will start from this node and we will keep on counting of the number of critical points so far we have found. So we will make a one variable called count which will be accommodate the number of critical points so far found. So for the understanding purpose I have just green arrowed all the critical points. Okay, so first of all we have to find the maximum distance. So maximum distance would be always the distance between the first critical point and the last critical point. In this case, see the number of nodes between them. So 1 2 3 4 5, so there are 5 edges. So distance, max distance would be final answer, it would be 5, right? But for min distance we have to compare which one is the min distance. So see here, this is also a distance between two nodes which is 3. This distance is 3, but there are also another possibility, the distance is 2, right? So minimum distance here it is 2, so we have to give in final answer it should be 2. Okay, so we should be clear with this assumption, but we will solve this problem in single pass only. Okay, so let me remove all these things now. So see here, you can say I have 3 variables. This count variable would be the count the number of maxima, number of critical points occurred. Okay, and 2 variable far and near, and these would be the max and min would be basically park the maximum and minimum value. Okay, so we have to start from the second node because this is the extreme node, it doesn't make sense to keep it. So we will have one more variable called previous. Okay, so we will keep on previous value. Initially this previous value would be the very first node value, so it would be 1 here. So when we are starting from this node we will check. So 3, okay, this node value is 3, which is greater than previous is 1, and which is also greater than right 1. Okay, so we can say this guy is a critical point. Okay, but critical point when count is 1, it doesn't make any sense because this is very first point, right? So we don't have any possibility to making the distance. So when count is greater than 1, you can say when count is greater than or equal to 1, then only distance updation comes to the picture. So our count now would become 1. Okay, and our new previous would be 3, right? So new previous would be 3. Now we will be coming to here. So initially what was our far? Our far was 0, but as soon as count become 1, our far would become 1, as well as near also would become 1. Okay, far and near are 2 variables to keep the distance of farthest one and the nearest one. Okay, so as soon as the count will become greater than 1, equal to 1, so it is making the 1. Okay, now we are at 2. Okay, so at 2 what will happen? We will basically check whether this is a critical point or not. So previous is 3, so 2 is smaller than 3, but 2 is equal to 3, so this is not a proper critical point. Then we will go to the next node. Okay, now by this time we will far would become 2 and our near also will become 2. Count is still 1. So see, this guy is also not a critical point, it is smaller than 3, so we will keep on go. we will come to here, but this guy is a critical point, right? So what will happen after reaching this critical point? We have to check whether what is our distance. So far we have, see here, when we found critical point our values were 1, when we came here values become 2, when we came here values become 1 more increased, so near and far both value become 3. Then we came here finally to this critical point. At this critical point we have to check here, right? So max, so far and max, so far is 3 now, so max would be 3. Similarly math.min, near and min, so near is also 3, so this would become 3. Okay, so one more thing is, like, once we reached at any critical point we have to reset our near value to 1. Okay, why? Because we are finding in near value we find the nearest value, so this could be another base to find the nearest value. Okay, so that is why I am resetting this near equal to 1. And now our count would become 2, because after reaching here we have found count another one. Okay, so we have found another max one. Now what will happen, we will keep on going, we reach till this guy. Okay, now we reach till guy, we will increase the far, so far will become 4. Okay, and we will increase near as well, so near is now 1, so 1 plus 1 it will become 2. Okay, so this guy is also not critical point, so we will keep on going, we will reach to this place, but this guy is a critical point, right? So if this guy is a critical point we will again check here. So see here, our this value is becoming, we increased it by 1, right? So so when we reached at this guy, this is another critical point, we will come to here. So we increased from here, we increased our value to 4 and 5, this guy is 1 and 2. So now see here, yeah, so we will put the value, so far is now 5, right? This would be 5 and max is so far is 3, so what is the maximum? 5 is the maximum, so max would be 5. Now come to here, the current value of near is 2, okay, and min is 3, so which one is smaller? 2 is smaller, so new value would be 2. Okay, now we will come to here, but this guy is already like last one, so we don't have to bother about. So what would be our value? These would be our answer, 5 and 2. So our array should be like smallest one will be here, 2 and 5 would be our answer. Okay, you can check as well. See, this is our smallest value which has distance of 2. So total number of phase between them is 2, 1 and 2. But see here, this is our farthest one, right? Starting from here till here. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Total 5 edges are there. So this is our simple approach. We are doing this in single pass. So let me explain my code as well. So see here, these are my variables which we just explained. Okay, farthest dist and nearest dist. And this is the temp, we are starting from the second one, right? And this is our previous value. Okay, so now what will happen, I am going to here maxima count. So see here, we are starting while temp is not equal to null and temp.next is also not equal to null. So this is the condition to check whether the current node is greater than both left and right, and this is the condition to check if it is smaller than both left and right. So basically these are the two conditions to check if it is a critical point or not. So see here, if maxima count is greater than 1, right, then only it makes sense to check the difference, right? So I am getting this difference here, and then here I am increasing, farthest distance is increasing even when this is maxima count is greater than or equal to 1. Otherwise, if it is until we are occurring first one, right, if it is equal to 0, that means we have to make this farthest distance to start. So this is equal to 1. Similarly, this nearest distance also equal to 1. And maxima count I am increasing because I am going inside the true condition of it. Okay. If this is not a true condition, means this is not a critical condition, we are going to this else one. Okay. So what we are doing here, nearest distance equal to, if we have already occurred maxima, okay, if some critical point is already occurred, that means max count is greater than or equal to 1, then we will increase the value by 1, otherwise we will keep it as it is. Okay, same for the farthest distance. Okay, because it makes sense only when we got at least one maxima, one critical point. Okay, and then I'm here I am updating the previous value, integer value, and I am traversing for the next node. So in this way, finally when we will come out of this loop, what will happen, we are checking here if maximum count is greater than 2, then only this makes sense to put the min and max, otherwise we have to return this default value, okay, -1 -1 value. So this is my code, and let me run it. So it is running, let me submit it. I already tried it, so yeah. So thank you for watching the video, and if you guys have any concern, please make a comment over there.